See, she is a licensed vocational nurse, certified personal trainer, certified health coach. She is the director of our aesthetics department. She is the vice president of our wellness program and education. So please, warm welcome for Sally Kerr.
Thank you very much. Something she didn't mention is I also have 7 grandbabies with 2 on the way. That may be my biggest achievement, I think. I'm so excited to be here this morning, and what a beautiful day. Did y'all just see the day as you drove in? I think we were supposed to have rain this morning, so we were all going, oh no, and then it was just beautiful. So I'm here today, and my goal is that you will take something away from what I say today that you can implement immediately. So I'm going to give you maybe some food to be thinking on for that goal sheet that Dr. Hotze just talked about. It's really powerful when you start writing all of that down. So I'm going to talk about some healthy ways to be healthy from the inside out. So we're going to start with just imbalances. Those are the causes of most diseases. So low thyroid, adrenal function, progesterone, testosterone, estrogen, vitamins, low vitamins. This one's key: low healthy food, low exercise, and low sleep. So you think, okay, low there, what about too much? Yeast overgrowth, food allergies, airborne allergies, sugar and simple carbs, calories, too many calories, toxins, and stress. So you can see it's like this. You've got to balance. You've got to find somewhere to meet in the middle. Now I know Dr. Hotze had you raise your hand a while ago. Is everybody in here a guest of the Wellness Center? Okay, let's do the other way. How many people are not guests of the Wellness Center? Okay. So if you're a guest of the Wellness Center, we've addressed almost everything, the top 5 on this side over here, and then also on the too much, the yeast, the food, the airborne. We've also worked on your eating plan a little bit, but there are so many things that you actually have to implement. You have to do the lifestyle changes, because we can't go make you work out. We can't make you drink water. We can't make you put healthy food in your mouth, and we can't help you decrease stress. So I'm going to focus on that one first. Stress, the impact of stress, because it just seems to carry through everything. 75% of all doctor visits are stress related. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, when you stop and think about it, it's like it can cause so many things from your tummy hurting to headaches to muscle tension. It also can disrupt almost every system in your body. It can raise your blood pressure, suppress the immune system. How many of you have been in a really stressful environment? Man, you made it through. You made it through, and then all of a sudden, you crashed. Can anybody relate to that? Absolutely. So it's like your body goes into that fight or flight, and you make it through, and you think, yeah, I did it. And then, boom, you're down. You're down for the count because it was too much. It can increase the risk of heart attack and stroke. So stress is just, it is instrumental in almost everything. It can even contribute to infertility. And it speeds up the aging process. I don't like that one at all. What about y'all? No. Long-term stress can even rewire your brain, making it more vulnerable to anxiety and depression. Anxiety and depression lead right into burnout. Have any of you been there? Or you know somebody. And it's like all of a sudden, the things you used to be able to do, simply too much. And you don't know what's happened. You just know you can't keep going like that. That's when you've just dealt with it for too long. So it's very important to take action and figure out how to decrease stress. You can even develop skin problems from stress. How many of you ever seen somebody and you look at them and you go, wow, they've been under a lot of stress? You can see it on their face. And the American Academy of Dermatology even says that our internal thoughts and feelings impact our outward appearance. So one of the effects of stress is skin that just isn't as strong. It reacts to everything. Whether it's a change in the weather or just a change in your diet, your skin just goes crazy. So it's very important that we learn to protect our skin from the inside out. How many people love this season? How many people have on boots today? Yes, I love Texans. You get it below 70 and our boots come out and our sweaters go on and we are happy. I was like, okay, should I do it? And I went, oh yeah, because I may not get another day to do the boots. But during the winter months when it's getting colder, you really do have to think moisture retention. Thirst is usually not an indicator because it's colder. You know, it's hot in Houston, you want to drink lots of water, but in the winter months, you don't. And pretty soon you're just starting to dry out. Has anybody already noticed a change? Yeah, and we're only, in the 60s, high 60s. I'm going to push it to maybe 63, but I don't think it's gotten that cold yet. But you really have to think about hydrating and just being really careful with your skin. I like to focus on taking advantage of this seasonal produce because this is just such a fun time. And maybe pumpkin is one of my very favorite things. How many people love pumpkin? Yeah, and if you only eat the inside of the pumpkin and not that crust, it's really not even bad if you have pumpkin pie. Are any of you bakers out there? Yeah, and this time of year is so fun to do that. But you can put pumpkin into smoothies. You can also, whenever you're making a pumpkin pie, save a little bit of that pumpkin and put it on your skin. You can mix it with some yogurt or with some honey and just do a quick little facial. Now, everyone in your family will think you're crazy because you're in there baking and you've got pumpkin all over your face, but your skin's gonna glow from it. So make sure you do that. There's also another one, cinnamon. That just speaks of the holidays, doesn't it? You can put it on and just have it kind of brewing in the house and it just smells so warm and welcoming. Well, cinnamon has so many health benefits. It helps keep your blood sugar stable, but you can also do a really neat little facial trick. So you'll want to write this down. You take about a half teaspoon of cinnamon and about a tablespoon of brown sugar, and then you mix it with olive oil. I like to use coconut oil, and you mix it up, and then it's an exfoliant. So the cinnamon increases the circulation of your skin, so you do a little scrub very gently, add water. The olive oil or coconut are gonna hydrate. The cinnamon brings that blood supply to the surface. You will glow, and then you just rinse it all off. So y'all try that and let me know what you think about it. Here are our top 6 picks to protect your skin. Number 1 is protect your skin from the sun. Does everybody out here wear a sunscreen on your face? Yeah. All right, perfect. If you don't, reconsider. And we found that there's one product that's really pretty free from chemicals. It uses a physical block. It's from Elta MD, and it has zinc and titanium in it. So it's a physical block, it's not a chemical. But it's very, very important to protect your skin from the sun. Was anybody out here a sun worshiper? Whoever did the baby oil and iodine? Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, the blondes and the fair ones raised their hands because we wanted to be tan. Yeah, so there was some damage that was done. Also just in the, usually you think summer, kind of protect yourself during those key hours, that 10 to 2 time when it's so hot. Try to get in the shade. As soon as your skin starts to turn a little bit pink, you need to take cover because the sun is good, and then too much of the sun is bad. And then cover your skin. Have you ever seen people that, now this goes way back a few years, but would always wear gloves? We've lost that. We don't wear gloves anymore. But they would have the prettiest hands. Because they were protecting their hands. So think about it when you drive, because if you're like, well, my hands aren't in the sun that much, but when you're driving, oh my goodness, it's getting tons of sun exposure. So even getting a pair of gloves to wear in your car can help as well. And then be kind to your skin. Limit your bath time. Hot water, especially during these winter months when we want to take that really hot bath, it strips the natural oil off of your skin. Avoid those strong soaps. Shave carefully. Make sure you're using a fresh blade, and then use that either shaving cream, some kind of gel to protect your skin. And then after you get out of the bath or shower, just gently blot. Try not to scrub it like that, all right? And then moisturize your skin. Especially important during these winter months. We're lucky we live in Houston because we just kind of naturally get moisturized during most of the year, don't we? That humidity's up, and that's why our skin just has that glow from all that humidity. But it is important. Has anybody ever tried like coconut oil to moisturize their skin? Yeah, it's lovely. So there's some really natural things you can do. Another neat little facial trick is avocado. Does anybody ever just put avocado on their face? Oh, it's lovely. Try that. Yeah. Next time you make guacamole, just save a little. And then your family really will think you're crazy because then you're going to have avocado on your face. It is so moisturizing. Spread some on the top of your hands. It's lovely. So don't smoke. Are there any smokers in here? You don't have to raise your hand, but does anybody know a smoker? Yeah, it seems like we just work in areas where you can't smoke, but then all of a sudden you go to an area where people can smoke and you're like, I mean, it just takes you aback. But smoking is so harmful to the health of your skin. It just narrows those tiny blood vessels, and it keeps that oxygen from being able to get through to the skin. So it can make you look older, and it can contribute to wrinkles. So really the only cure for that is to quit. Smoking is one of the hardest habits to break. So if you have somebody, you harping at them, it's not going to help. Yeah, giving them little information, leaving things laying around is helpful. But they know, they're working on it. They probably need help. They need to either look up smoking cessation classes, because they're going to need guidance, or meet with a doctor and have somebody give them a little bit more support. It's one of the hardest things, and you harping doesn't help. Then eat a healthy diet and take your supplements and hormones. Working in the aesthetic department and doing consultations, there's such a difference from our guests that come in that have been on hormones versus people who haven't. So it's very important for this health of your skin that you also replenish those hormones and take your supplements. Antioxidants, those are just key. So they're going to help fight that free radical damage. So what causes that? Just living causes free radical damage. If you work out really, really hard, you're producing even more free radical damage. So it's very, very important to have those antioxidants on board. So where do we get them? You can get them from supplements, but you also want to get them from your diet. Have you ever heard eat from the rainbow? Yeah, there's a lot of truth to that. So the brightly colored vegetables, fruits are where you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck. So that pumpkin's right up there, blueberries up there. Anybody else have any favorites? I like one right now, it's cranberries and pomegranates. Those are also awesome. And then refined carbohydrates. So think sugar. Sugar is very damaging to the skin. So you want to try to avoid that as much as possible. Does anybody feel like that in the morning? Y'all didn't, because y'all were happy and getting up ready to go to Successful Living. So you did not look like that this morning, but do you ever feel like that? Yes. So stress, you absolutely have to manage stress and get enough sleep. So you've got to take those steps. Here are some ways to help you. You have to set limits. Is anybody out there a yes person? I'll do it. Sure, I'll be there. And then pretty soon, you used to be able to do that in your younger days, and then all of a sudden, you're like, oh my goodness, what have I done? Yeah, so you have to start drawing some boundaries around you. Figure out what you really like to do and what you don't. And then focus on the ones you really like to. Obviously, we all have to do some things we don't want to do, right? But draw those limits around those extra things. How about things you like to do? Does anybody have hobbies? Does anybody out there used to have hobbies? Yeah, and then they fell away, didn't they? Because life got in the way. So think back to a time when you just had those hobbies. I like to do crafts. Golly, it's great. It engages your hands and your brain, and you can just let everything go. I had a client one time, and she was in her 60s and was dealing with some stress, and she took up drum playing. I went, drum playing? Okay. So I bought a set of drums. This is so like me. I never really progressed with it, but it was awesome because you can't think about anything else. You can only focus on hitting those drums. I mean, it was awesome. So I think you can learn something from anybody. So I learned from my client. And it was a great tip on how to manage stress and have a neat hobby. Me time. Does anybody schedule me time? What's your favorite me time activity?
Going to game day.
Game day. What is game day?
It's where we go and we play a Rubik's Cube.
Okay. Awesome. Good. Anybody else have where they schedule specific times for themselves? I like massages, facials, That's really good me time, because nobody can interrupt you. It's your time. And if you make an appointment, you're most likely to show up. Is that right? Yep. Because sometimes we just think, well, I wish I could get a massage. Until you make that appointment, get it on your calendar, it's probably not going to happen. Don't skimp on your sleep. They call it beauty sleep or beauty rest for a reason. When you're not sleeping, your skin's going to show it first. So you want to take a deep breath, go for a walk, and learn to say no. The next one's unplug. Does everybody here have a cell phone? Does anybody not? Isn't that funny? How many of you grew up without cell phones? Yeah, and now we all have cell phones. So it's interesting. We are so connected now. People can get to us either from emails, or they can text you, they can call you, they can Twitter you, they can Facebook you. They can get a hold of you. They can find you. So it's very, very important to unplug. There's also something, they've actually named it now, and it's called tech neck. Y'all have heard about it. You're nodding. Okay, so think of this area in here, and especially women are like, help me with this. I don't know what to do with my neck. Right? Look at your phone. Look what it's doing. Oh my goodness. So there's actually a name for it, tech neck. So think about it. You want to try to lift your head up. So not a whole lot of this. Because sometimes it's mindless stuff, isn't it? Maybe playing a game, just looking on Facebook, but think of, everybody's going, oh. So of course the ideal thing would be to have it up here. You're probably going to get kind of tired, but be conscious of how much time, because gravity is pulling everything down. So unplug, think tech neck, keep your head up. And does anybody out here do yoga, any kind of meditation? Yes, that is so helpful for stress reduction. Pilates, anything like that is going to get you back in touch. That mind-body connection is so important. And exercise. So what does exercise have to do with your skin? We focus on the cardiovascular benefits and on just our muscle strength, but anything that promotes healthy circulation is going to help your skin look healthy and vibrant. So it's important for your skin as well. And by increasing that blood flow, so you're just flooding those cells, it's like also that you're just kind of cleaning your body from the inside out. Is everybody an exercise person? Does everybody want to be an exercise person? Don't you want to get up and say, I'm an exercise person, and I'm going to do it today? How many people used to exercise and want to bring it back? Absolutely. So there are ways to do that, and I'm going to give you some little tips. So during the holiday season, that's a funny time to talk about exercise. It's like, really? I'm trying to fit all this stuff in, baking, family, traveling. How in the world am I going to do it? I've got some tips. Maybe you can incorporate this into that goal sheet and see if I can help you with it. Does anybody have a Fitbit or some kind of tracker? Yes. Okay, some arms went up. I've got one clipped on right here. These are great, and I wish I got commission on Fitbits because I promote the heck out of it. It is, when I counsel people and I talk to them, I'm like, what does your daily life look like? What do you do? The majority of people sit. How many of you are sitters? Have a desk job? The majority of your time you're sitting. Our bodies are so smart, they become very, very efficient at what we ask them to do. So if we sit, what's our body going to do? Become very, very efficient at sitting. So you have to move. So I encourage people, get a tracker, because unless you have one, you don't know how many steps a day you're getting. I can look at my tracker and see when I've been a slug and have sat too much. It is motivating. It gets me up and moving. So you want to aim for about 5,000 steps per day. Your ultimate goal is about 10. Now, you don't want to just jump out there and do 10,000 steps a day right away. You want to make sure you give your body time to adjust. Make sure you've got some good walking shoes, and just slowly increase so that you don't get any of those overuse injuries. How many steps do y'all get, the ones with the trackers? 10,000. Awesome.
Usually, because I'm on my feet all day, usually on an average day, I usually get about 5,000.
That's awesome. Beautiful. Yeah, so kind of make that 5,000 like your first goal, and then that.
One thing they don't warn you about, when you hit that 10,000 goal, at least mine does, it starts buzzing. Like crazy.
It's happy. It's so happy.
I was walking into the hotel one night. I literally had been on my feet all day, and we were traveling, and we were heading into the hotel, and starts buzzing. I'm like, oh my God, what?
You reached your goal.
It's 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night. Why are you buzzing at me? And it's flashing 10,000, 10,000.
So it even cheers you on. It's like, how do I make it stop?
How do I make it stop?
That is awesome. Yeah, mine doesn't do that. And I just have the little clip-on one. I may have to get one of those so that it does that. Do any of y'all have a standing desk? Those are awesome. So there's a brand, it's called a Very Desk. There's a whole bunch out there. I have a Very Desk, and you just grab the handles and you go up or down with it. And you actually want to change your position about every 20 minutes. Because you can see if you just stand, what's the blood doing? It's pooling in the bottom of your legs. So that's not good because we don't want varicose veins. We don't want any of that stuff going on. So you have to make sure that you're moving. But when you stand, you usually will move more. Like if you're going to the phone, you're going to be moving. When you're sitting, you get really good at this. So think about a Very Desk. Think about something to get up and stand, and about every 20 minutes. And then move away from your desk every hour. Every hour. Do any of y'all get sucked in and you're there for like 3 or 4 hours and you go, wow, it's noon, and you haven't moved? Yeah, so you have to be very, very conscious of that. There's lots of apps you can get now. There's ones that remind you to drink water. You can set, does anybody have that? The drinking apps? Yeah, and it's cool. And does,
my husband will go, what is that sound?
because it sounds like water pouring.
It sounds like a flushing toilet.
Or that.
That sound. My water apps are.
So there's all these tools at our disposal now because we all have cell phones now, have smartphones, so you can use them to help you. So move away from your desk, and then here's a mini quick workout. I absolutely love this for times when you can't get to the gym or you think, I just don't have time to exercise. I just can't get to it today. It's really simple and easy, and after our presentations this morning, if you want me to talk you through any of those, I'll be happy to. It's quick. You can do it in about 10 minutes. Yeah. And then let's talk about squats. So that was the number one on that little mini workout. So squats work your quadriceps, hamstrings, gluteals. I mean, they are awesome. Why didn't everybody stand up? Because we've been sitting too long, haven't we? Yep, that's one of the rules, is to get up and move. All right, so I just want you, and if you have any knee problems, I want you to modify, and you can do just little ones, but otherwise I want you to do a squat because I want to work kind of on that technique. All right, so let's just go into a squat. Yep, that looks beautiful. Good, so you kind of stick your bottom out. Doesn't that just feel good already? Yeah, now I'm going to show you a trick. So if you've been sitting at your desk and you get up, usually you were doing something like this, right? So we need to work on that upper back. So let's just add a little twist with it, okay? So we're here, and we're just going to come up and squeeze those shoulder blades together and open your chest, and then squat, and then up. That feels pretty good, doesn't it? How about one more? All right, good. Give yourselves a hand, clap. Yay, yay, yay. You can have a seat. All right. So make sure whenever you do those squats that you're looking straight ahead and that you don't let your eyes go down towards the floor because that's where you'll head. All right, so if you're looking straight ahead, you'll go here. If you're looking there, that's where you'll go. So straight ahead, abs are in nice and tight. But here are all the benefits of squats. It's one of the most powerful moves you can do. So incorporate that into your daily routine. There's a picture for you, so you've got that in your handout, so you can kind of see. Look where her eyes are, where she's doing it wrong. Look where her eyes are going forward in the correct way. All right, everybody on the floor, let's do push-ups. Oh, I almost had to take her. That was awesome. So push-ups, how many people do push-ups? Yay, all right. They're one of the most powerful things you can do for the upper body. They don't require any equipment. You can do them almost anywhere. How many people want to be a push-upper? Yes, all right. But think, I can't push myself up. There are ways to do it. You can go over to the wall. You can start here and just go right into push-ups. You're going to start increasing your strength where then you can move down onto the floor. But it strengthens your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core muscles. So think about that. Powerful, especially if you can't get to the gym and you can't do any of that big workout that you want to do. So there we go. You push-uppers, do you do them on your toes, on your knees? Off a ball? Awesome. That's perfect. So if it's too hard or too easy, I've given you some tips. Again, you can start like against a counter, against a wall, and you'll be surprised. You'll feel it, even starting that way. And then you just progress and make it a little bit harder. So how many people have done diet and exercise and they're still just not where they want to be? Yep. All right, well, we have a tool that we brought into the Wellness Center, and it's called Futura Pro. And it actually can give you some instant motivation. You'll get some instant results, and it just really helps to motivate you. You will get off of the table, and you will have lost some inches. Whether it's that little black dress that might be a little bit too tight. Does anybody have those? Yeah? And you go, wow, it shrunk. It must have shrunk when it was at the cleaners because it was not this tight. We actually had a bride who could not have zipped her wedding dress if she wouldn't have done Futura Pro right before. So it can be really helpful for that. It's very easy, and we just do an ultrasound, so we're releasing some of that fatty chain into the blood system, and then we attach electrodes, so then you get a really good workout. You leave feeling really, really good because you feel a little slimmer, you can see the results, and it's like doing a heavy-duty workout. Those endorphins release, so it's awesome. Look at that. So some instant motivation. Now, if you go out and just continue to eat too much and not work out, will it come back? You bet it will. So again, it's going to complement, it's going to help. We have a tool called MedGym that measures your resting metabolic rate. How many of you know how many calories you should be consuming every day? Yeah, okay, so a few of you. How many people wish they knew? Yeah, this is a neat tool because there's so many apps like MyFitnessPal, LoseIt.com that give you, based on your height, weight, age, gender, how many calories you should focus on. And some people follow that and they're like, I'm still gaining weight, or I'm not losing weight. This fine-tunes it for you. So think about MedGym if you're really wanting to get a look at what your resting metabolic rate looks like. It's quick, painless, takes about 10 minutes, and then you get a coaching session as well that goes along with the results. What goes along with that also is detoxification. At the Wellness Center, that's just part of what we do is detoxify. So I'm going to run through these real quick. These are some signs that your body might be saying, help me detoxify. Has anybody out there done yeast-free? That's a detox. That's fun, isn't it? Yep. How many people follow basically a yeast-free eating plan most of the time? It's really the healthiest plan you can follow, along with calorie counting. It's perfect. Yeah, but those are some signs that you may need to detox. So we recommend doing a pretty good detox at least once or twice a year. So detox daily. Here are some ways to do it. Does everybody start the day with a glass of water? Yep, awesome. How many people start the day with a cup of coffee? Yep. All right, so reverse that. Start with a glass of water, and if you have lemon water, it's lovely. So it starts that detoxification process, plus it sets the tone for the day. Just simply getting that lemon out, cutting it, squeezing it into the water, you just made a choice to do something really good and healthy for yourself. Sweating, dry brushing. Anybody tried dry skin brushing? It is awesome. So it helps stimulate your lymph. You start at your feet. I like to wear the little loofah gloves, and you just lightly brush all the way up towards your heart. Do the other leg. Do your arms, again, brushing towards your heart, and it stimulates your lymph. It's not a crazy, you don't go crazy with it, but you're stimulating circulation. You're also doing a little exfoliation on the skin. It should only take you about 2 minutes, and then you just jump in the shower or bath. But try that, bring that in. Then, of course, sweating with exercise or a sauna. Anybody use a sauna? Oh yeah, those are lovely, and they help your body detoxify. Also, Epsom salt baths are one of my, I love that. About 4 cups is what you need. Soak for about 20 minutes. And then our 14-day detox program. Has anybody tried that? It's lovely, and it can break some bad habits. If you've gotten into some bad habits, this really can reset what your eating plan looks like. And then, of course, the yeast-free optimal eating program. So let's say you've done all that, but you're saying, I need a little bit of help with my skin. We have brought in the Cyton Jewel that is broadband light and also halo laser. This is skin rejuvenation. They've actually done studies that show that it stops the aging process. Who doesn't want that? Yes, it's lovely. It makes your skin look visibly younger, healthier year after year. So instead of looking older and older, you look younger and younger. How crazy is that? this is actually Dr. Bitter who did this study. This was him at 43 and then 55. Isn't that crazy? He looks younger, really, in that one. This lady was 58 here and then had photofacial or broadband light, the BBL is what we call it, treatments, and look at her. She's 67. She looks younger there than before. So they've actually, in this study, they did some research and found that the function of the enzymes, it actually makes the skin start acting like younger skin. It's pretty cool. You don't have to go under the knife. You don't have to do any of that crazy stuff. It activates genes associated with youthfulness. So let's look at this. Here are the genes from 5 older women on the left and the genes from 5 younger women on the right. Okay, so it looks like it's kind of reversed, doesn't it? So I think the blue is good, right? All right, let's see. All right, so here's, again, the older. And then look at the treated older. It's brought that blue back in. So it's starting to act like younger skin. Love it. So I'm going to go ahead and summarize right now. We make over 2,500 choices every single day. So as you think about that goal sheet, be thinking about incorporating some of these into your goals. Take time for you. Breathe, relax. Do any of you, whenever you're under stress, you just don't breathe? We hold our breath. We do little tiny shallow breathing. So go ahead and fill your lungs up all the way. Take nice deep breaths in. Schedule that facial, that massage. Nobody can bother you right then. Your cell phone's out of the room. It's you time. Eliminate unnecessary items and activities. Go ahead and plan what you want to do and then learn to say no. You don't even have to say no. You can just say it won't work for me right now. I also had a client who taught me that. She said, no, that won't work for me right now. It was a nice way to turn somebody down. Plan your meals. During the holidays, do any of you get nervous if you're traveling and you're going places that you know there's not going to be any healthy food? Yes, know that. No, I know when I go home, my mother's going to make my very favorite chocolate sheet cake. It's about that big and I could eat the whole thing. And so my first thing is to not have any. She made it. She's 87, right? I should plan to eat that, right? So know you're going to do that, but then know what else you're going to do. You're going to focus on those veggies. You're going to try to enjoy that seasonal produce, and then go ahead and have a little bit. Know that you're allowing yourself and enjoy. Detox daily. Start with that water. Start with that lemon. Do that dry skin brushing. Anybody struggle with sleep? All right. Anybody take melatonin that's struggling with sleep? Okay. Sometimes I have to alternate between the melatonin and Dr. Hotze's sleep formula. If you haven't tried it, try it. It's awesome. Then I have to give my body a break. So it's got 1 milligram of melatonin in it. It also has L-tryptophan and also some herbs that help you sleep. Unplug. And how many people are going to work on not having tech neck? Yep. Alrighty. We'll just be like this. They'll say, what are you doing? I'm working on my tech neck. Take care of your skin, so be thinking about it. Remember, beauty is more than skin deep, so think about that exercise that's going to help your skin be healthy and vibrant. Ask for a tracker for Christmas if you don't have one. It's also a neat gift for somebody to try to motivate them and encourage them. Working towards that 10,000 steps per day. Add that mini workout in. Remember those squats and push-ups, those are pretty powerful, so you're getting your lower body and you're getting your upper body. Remember to take your hormones and supplements. I have so many clients that whenever they're under stress or busy, they forget. They're like, oh yeah, I forgot to take my stuff. And they start kind of going backwards. So remember to lay it out. We have my Hotze packs now that make the vitamins pretty easy, because you can just, if you're traveling, you can take out that many days worth and take it with you. So you don't have to spend all that time counting them out. And then plan on Yeast Free with me in January. It starts on January 11th. It's kind of a community-wide event that we do for 30 days. How many people have joined that before? It really helps you get back on target. Does it help you? It just helps you. And then plus, whenever you're enjoying the holidays, January 11th, you're hitting it back pretty hard. And mainly enjoy your family, your friends, and this season of Thanksgiving. And if you want more information about our new services that we have, just visit our table back there or call the aesthetic department. Remember to take care of your skin. It's the only skin you've got. Thank you very much.